inside.
A cut above the rest, the cream of the crop, the finest and the best.
You have to be quite an artist to build a shell like this.
And everyone is unique.
Absolutely.
Tonight, come along and meet Minnesotans who'll do whatever it takes to pursue excellence. Water would pour in every time it rained, destroying a small town's Italian masterpiece.
But it was kind of like, well, where do we start?
See how the passion of one priest and his parish brought about the magnificent transformation of a church.
People come in of any denomination and say, wow, what a beautiful church you have.
This Minnesotan crafts some of the most sought-after knives in the country. See what the blades can do. Plus, the country's top pyrotechnicians gather to light up the night sky with the world's finest fireworks.
Don't blink, because you'll miss something.
Watch what happens when this string of 3 million firecrackers goes off. I'm Jason Davis. Join us as we meet Minnesotans striving for excellence.
When we go on the road, there's a place I want to see. When we go on the road, why don't you come with me? Take a little ride, get a little windshield time. When we go on the road.
To strive for excellence means something different to all of us. Some people think about achieving that high standard through a work of art. And a work of art is exactly what this building has become in the small town of Olivia, Minnesota, thanks to the passion and imaginative vision of two men who arrived here 80 years apart. Tonight, see how together they created a magnificent masterpiece. This is what the members of St. Aloysius in Olivia, Minnesota see every Sunday when they walk down the aisle. A church so spectacular it could be in Rome.
Even a few of them, that were really skeptical come in and, wow, this is really nice,
These incredible paintings, frescoes and carvings haven't looked this good since the church was built more than 80 years ago. With a population of just over 2,500, the town of Olivia sits in the heart of the richest agricultural county in the state. Grain bins punctuate the downtown skyline, and a giant yellow cob declares that Olivia is the corn capital of the world. But there's another tall historical landmark that's getting most of the attention these days. It was in 1925 when the 47-year-old pastor of St. Aloysius Catholic Church, Father Henry Pomager, demolished the old building and built the kind of church he'd seen during his travels to Italy. At the then astronomical cost of $150,000, it was the most beautiful church around and a true town treasure. But the years have not been kind to the building. Leaking water severely damaged the 45-foot-high ceiling, stained glass windows, and some of the 49 precious paintings. Others became dirty and faded. In the 1970s, the church's colorful statues and raised figures were painted white.
And it was really starting to bother me to think that our church was kind of falling apart.
The tiny town church struggled for decades. Until the year 2000. When another young, ambitious, art-loving pastor arrived.
As some said, we were waiting for someone who had the same love for architecture and art as we did to see its full restoration.
45-year-old Father Paul van der Krommet, the son of Dutch immigrants, comes from a long list of priests and nuns. And like their beloved Father Pomager, he's a connoisseur of fine art and a perfectionist.
They're of the same mind in so many areas. So many areas.
When when Father Crommett arrived, his first prayer went something like this.
And I remember kneeling and being a little bit distracted by looking around saying, I don't know how much I'll do on this church, but it needs a lot of work.
He would spend the next 7 years at Olivia, Minnesota's St. Aloysius Catholic Church, creating a magnificent transformation.
In the age of Walmart and so forth and disposable buildings, I think we need this, not just for Catholics, I think we need it for everyone.
He brought in experienced restoration experts like liturgical artist Craig Gallagher from St. Michael, Minnesota.
So when I first walked in the church, it was almost overwhelming. It was like, you're kidding, right? I'll be here for 6 years.
Workers removed all the pews and erected 40-foot-high scaffolding to cover the entire length of the main floor, so craftsmen could reach the magnificent but deteriorating works of art. With great care, the 49 pieces of fragile canvas paintings were repaired and even repainted by skilled hands. Every square inch of the interior was renewed. It was a massive effort.
My dad keeps saying over and over again, he said, yes, you complain because you have a lot of work, he said, but the fact is you like it. And I said, I do like it.
With the guidance of internationally renowned Italian church designer Angelo Giardi, the masterpiece came to life.
The first thing he walked into the church, he said, you have these beautiful pillars, he said, these beautiful marble pillars, but the walls were battleship gray. And he said, it's gray on gray, there's no warmth, there's no color here.
So he chose vibrant colors to highlight the beauty of the marble pillars. And the white painted figures were brought back to their original state, vibrant and lifelike.
Last hand that touched this was an Italian.
Pieces of imported handcrafted Italian Carrara marble would become a new altar, pulpit, and baptismal font. Crews outside the church entrance are constructing an elaborate piazza that will soon have European pavers and arched fountains. The final dazzling touches to Father Crommett's magnificent church. And what does all this cost?
We're in excess of $1 million.
Already paid for in donations and pledges, every penny. From this country church with just 480 registered families.
You know where your dollars went if you look around and you go, God, I've contributed to this and I'm glad I did it, you know.
Father is the wind beneath our sails and the dynamo behind all this. We can't thank him enough.
A simple parish priest and a congregation of the faithful in pursuit of excellence, restoring a masterpiece from the 1920s.
We could never build this today.
For the citizens of the little town of Olivia, Minnesota, St. Aloysius Church is surely the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.